What's going on, peeps? This is Soundwave with Soundwave TV. In the last video, I made a few egregious oversights that I didn't mention what I was going to mention. I forgot to mention the people that we lost in 2012. We lost three iconic TV dads. We lost Larry Hagman, J.R. Ewing from Dallas. I'm glad he was able to get in a couple of episodes of the Dallas reboot series that they have on TNT. I don't know how they're going to keep the show going forward without him, but they have a talented cast, so hopefully they can able to keep it going forward and alter the storylines, to reflect his passing. Andy Griffith from Matlock and the Andy Griffith Show. I noticed he was big on TV, but I didn't know he had such a developed stand-up career. He's got a great bit about Romeo and Juliet, and also going to see a professional football game. And he was the original blue-collar comic. Before Larry the Cable Guy, before Jeff Foxworthy, before even Hee Haw, Andy Griffith was that dude. Solo stand-up. So if you get a chance to check him out, any of that online, go and do that. Sherman Hemsley from the Jeffersons. When the Jeffersons went off, he transitioned into Amen, and was a rival, was a nemesis character to Uncle Phil on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Just great losses. And Michael Clarke Duncan. I got so many Green Mile jokes growing up, so losing him suddenly, and just an iconic loss there. So many random suicides this year. You had Chris Lighty, you had Junior Seau, you had Don Cornelius. I wanted to be Don Cornelius so bad growing up, hosting Soul Train. The Soul Train line is one of the most iconic images in music. And it just goes to show, no matter how successful, no matter how much money you have, you don't know what darkness lies in people's heart. And I just hope going forward as a country, we do more with mental health screening and funding for finding out what's going on in people's minds. Because you don't know what's going on in somebody's mind, and they'll just go off and decide to end their life. And also on that note, you had the murder-suicide with Javon Belcher, the Kansas City Chiefs. He killed the mother of his child, and he killed himself at a practice facility. But the Chiefs organization stepped up, and they're going to give $100,000 every year for the next 18 years to the young girl that was left behind. And I don't judge any of those guys. We don't know what's going on in their minds. We don't know what's going on in their hearts. So, you just send condolences to their families. And I don't even know how to transition into losing Whitney Houston. She looked like she was on the upswing, like she was doing better. And to lose her, I think she had one more good album in her. Just so much drama and controversy, but it was a beautiful service that they had. I got to watch on TV, and I didn't know that Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston had such a tight relationship. I know they did the one movie together, the Bodyguard, but he got up there and he tore the house down. And the funny thing, I was just listening to Piers Morgan describing the funeral. You would think he'd never been around black people ever before. I guess I don't know how black people worship and do funerals over in England, but I guess it was his first time at a black funeral service in America. So I guess himself and a lot of people got an education on that front. Well, I smell the greens and peas cooking, so I'm going to go head off and get a little grub on. I didn't know. I thought our mom was the only family that did this, but apparently everybody does this. Collard greens and peas for New Year's. And the greens are for money and the peas are for change. So I'm wishing you a lot of money, success, and change from the negative to the positive going into the new year 2013. With that being said, I'm going to head out. I'm going to listen to the 2012 wrap-up from one of my favorite MCs on the underground circuit, Skills, out of Virginia. This is his last wrap-up. He's been doing it for 10 years. This is also his last album that's coming up. And I don't know if it's just lack of exposure or lack of money or burnout or just, he said all he's got to say. So it's sad to see him go, but he's going out on his own terms, so, you got to respect that. Anyway, what is your New Year's resolution? I'm just trying to keep going from last year. I said I was going to lose the weight, lost 40 pounds. I said I was going to read a little bit more, started reading more books. Trying to get the finances in order, save more, spend less, all that good stuff. What is your New Year's resolution? Leave it in the comments down below. If you feel so inclined, click the subscribe button. Until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace.